Hey New City, and welcome back to the $5 Give Club, where we believe through small amounts we can make a big impact. This month I was able to sit down with Sarah Caldwell, who works hand in hand with Note and Pocket Ministries. She loves RDU in crazy awesome ways and even shares a special note with kids throughout Wake County. We cannot wait to share with you how your generosity made an impact this month. So I'm sitting here with my new friend Sarah at Note in the Pocket in Raleigh, North Carolina. And why don't you take us back to the very beginning of Note in the Pocket?
We were started out of the goodness of the heart of a kindergarten teacher. She started at her new classroom and found that many of her students were coming to school without a winter coat, and it was becoming colder. So they did a clothing drive and they collected new winter coats. And the teacher was so excited to bring the coats and give them out to her students. Well, the next day, several of those coats came back, and the children's parents couldn't believe that someone would give their child a coat. And where did these coats come from? And so the teacher put a note in the pocket that said, "These coats have been given to your child from the community with love. Your child is loved by the community." And that's where the name came from, Note in the Pocket. So still to this day, when we give out clothing, we put a note in there that says, "These clothes are given to your child by the community with love."
Yeah, so that's really, so it's one of those things where it's not just a simple handout, but it's like, we do this because we love you. And so we fast forward a few years, and now we're in a much larger location for Note in the Pocket, surrounded by clothes and volunteers. So why don't you just walk us through the day-to-day operations? I mean, there's tons of volunteers in the room right beside us, filling pockets, right, with notes.
Yes.
So how does it work now as we fast forward a few years later?
So we provide clothing for students across Wake County, North Carolina. Here at our donation center, we last year processed over 200,000 pounds of clothing.
It's a lot of clothes.
It's a lot of clothes. And we want to clothe these children in dignity and love.
Yeah.
And each child gets a mini wardrobe, essentially 2 weeks worth of clothing.
So they're not just getting an outfit, they're getting a wardrobe.
Yes,
So
not
walk us
just
through that.
one outfit. So we want to make sure that they have the ability to mix and match the clothes that we give them.
Okay.
So essentially 5 bottoms, 10 tops, all that they can mix and match and really feel good and confident in the clothes that they're wearing.
And so you were talking to us a little bit before off camera, and this was staggering to me. What is the need in Wake County? Because we think that this is a lot of clothes, but this is nothing compared to the need. So walk us through the numbers.
Yes, and it's one of the questions we get most often is, do you only serve Wake County?
Yeah,
and it's a funny question because we're like, well, have you met Wake County? I mean, Wake County is the largest school district in North Carolina and the 15th largest school district across the nation. There are over 150 schools in Wake County.
Yeah.
12 cities and towns. So the amount of children is staggering. And within Wake County, over 50,000 students qualify for free or reduced lunch. The need is immense. Last year alone, we clothed over 4,500 children and families.
And that's amazing.
That is amazing. We are so proud of that number. And
Yeah.
this year in 2020, we're working to clothe 5,000.
Man, so all that is happening, and we look at that and we're like, man, 5,000, that is amazing. But 50,000 kids that could benefit from a program like this, 50,000 families, really,
Yes.
that's a lot.
It is a lot.
So why is that your problem? Because I feel like we could look at that and say, we can't help everybody, so why even try? So why is that your problem?
It all goes back to how we were started and why we were founded. A teacher saw that her students were not able to learn and they weren't excited. They didn't feel confident in the classroom because they were cold, because their shoes didn't fit, they were wearing the wrong size. They were only coming to school every other day because they had to trade shoes or a coat with their sibling. Students that are not confident are not able to successfully learn in the classroom. And that is our problem. That is something that we can do and make an impact on by showing them you are valued and you are loved by your community.
Yeah.
And we want to surround you in that support system and do what we can to make sure that you go to school ready and eager to learn.
Yeah, I think that's so amazing, because I think it all goes back to, and this is what the note in the pocket says, that you are loved. And so basic neighbor love, I think, hopefully looks like, you don't have clothes? Well, what can I do to get you clothes?
Yes.
You know, and what can I do to get you a mini wardrobe? And so thank you for sitting down with us. And so we wanted to hear your story, but I also just have a little fib for you. I lied a little bit in our emails. I hope that's okay. Because we do have something at New City Church called our $5 gift club.
Yes.
Where we believe through small amounts, we can make a big impact. And so we invite all of our people at New City to give an additional $5 on top of their monthly offering. And so because you were doing such cool things and loving RDU, loving our county and our city in cool ways, we do just have a small gift of $400 for a note in the pocket.
Oh, wonderful.
Just to say thank you for what you're doing
you.
and that we see you.
Thank you. That's awesome. And this is really, truly a blessing that will go to impact thousands of lives across our community.
And so how can we pray for you?
You can pray that they do feel that love when they get the clothes for us, that their parents and their younger siblings feel the love, and that the community is around them and supporting them, and that they feel that confidence to go into the classroom and to raise their hand and ask a question